Hello again, my friends. We're taking a little Friday night stroll through Glasgow City Centre as we weekly do on this channel. We're heading a little bit of a different direction though. There is football on tonight, so we're going to head towards the danger this way. So this is Trongate, for those who know. Those who don't, Trongate, with the old clock towers, and the Barrowlands up this way. I think we'll probably walk along there, I'm not sure yet. We're about to walk by Mateko, the ex-Fastener Master's home. If you know, you know. We'll walk a wee bit further and see what's happening here. How you doing, my friends? Thank you so much for joining me. I'm now off work for a wee bit of time on my normal day job, so I'll get to take you a wee bit further afield and be a bit more lavish with the videos that I do. And I promise you, the shite part will continue, but the adventure's going to increase. We'll head to the schemes in different areas. Right, it's kind of bustling here. You've got Bucks Bar, Mateko, Maggie Mays, outdoor seating of course, in this beautiful sunny weather, which I hope it continues since I'm off work now. Oh, there we go. So, Celtic are playing, who told me, who are they playing? Falkirk, there you go. Ah, see what I mean? I've done research for a change. No security in the doors of any of the places, which I'm a wee bit surprised at, to be quite honest, given it's Friday night in the football. Now, I've done security in pubs and clubs and stuff like that before, and the reason they normally do that is because they know the heavy time is, you know, 8 o'clock onwards. So, to save money, they'll put the staff on later, you know, like 8 PM to 4 in the morning type thing. But the problem is, the poor bar staff have to deal with everything in the meantime. And the poor stewards, they get less hours. That's how I gave it up. You were coming in peak time, straight out of your house, no warmed up, and getting right into the heat of battle. But there you go, there's Trongate. Which, I think Trongate should be nicer than it is. If you think about how many old buildings are here, look how beautiful it is, right? It's gorgeous, I know it's water. It's gorgeous, but it's actually one of the kind of sketchier areas on a Friday night. That'll probably cause a wee bit of divide in the comments, but it depends what your class is sketchy. But this is where the Celtic trophy thing happened, wasn't it? When everything was contained here on the main channel. You've seen me and Rory from the Warm Reek and Rich, an amazing band which you'll see on the main channel in the next video in there. We walked through here and it was surprising. I walked into more than I expected. Right. So down there you've got the Glasgow Green, which we'll take a wee walk at some point. I might take a wee Clyde walk at some point as well, where we just walk all the way along the Clyde, both sides. What I might actually do is do it on a bike. We could get an electric bike, we'll chest mount the cam and just fly right along both sides, weaving in and out. That'd be alright, wouldn't it? And it'll be stable, so I'll stabilise it all.
Wait a minute, you're not tied up,
So I'll lock and on, what have we got here? We're doing keepy uppies and stuff. Oh, it's all football stuff here. There's a wee party in there. The smell of toilet soap and the sound of karaoke. You know, it's Friday night in your local pub. Let's see what's happening across here. You've got a wee seating area. Well, a wee seating area where you can sit here and share a romantic moment. Actually, Billy Moore, this is where Billy Moore was. Remember when he had that interaction with somebody? Negative interaction. Billy Moore was just out here. He was standing over there. But Billy Moore went up to the consumption zone, I think it's called. What is it? Consumption rooms. And you know, I keep away from that stuff. We all know this stuff exists. There's plenty of footage of that. I'm not here to capture the more troubled side of life. That's happening. It's maybe happened to you. and you know, life doesn't always go well. I'm here to try and capture some nice stuff. If there are some negative interactions along the way and want to live stream, then I will deal with it. But I'm not going out looking for it just for views. Not a chance. I've got enough of that in my life. I've had enough of that in my life. I want the rest of my life to be trying to plant beautiful seeds in my head and see if I can water them with some beautiful people that'll piss you on my nut. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Right, muffs in overdrive. Oh, I didn't mean that. Anyway, it's windy. A random security guard there, just guarding the ticket machine. So we've not done a Barrowlands walk for quite some time. We'll maybe do that at some point. I thought there was actual people looking at me there. I freaked right out. It's a bit run down, and let's no lie, right? I know I don't want to be cynical about my beautiful city, right? But it's a bit run down, isn't it? I mean, this should be a massive tourist attraction, but it's not great, is it? Well, this is what we're here for. We don't edit, unedited on this channel. We'll film what we see, whatever our eyes can see, I will show you. Glasgow superstar. So kick off of the football is at 7:45 as far as I've been told. This pub here, I've mentioned it before in a video. I liked it when I was in it. I thought it was a good laugh. And it's all kind of, I don't know what style it is, but for me it's felt kind of Cuban style. And it was very, lots of plants, lots of light, nice white and black floor tiles. Nice atmosphere, nice artwork in it as well. I thought that was a good wee, good wee place. What's that? Blitzkrieg, that's a vinyl shop over there. So the Barrows on a Saturday and Sunday is not what it used to be. It's very, very different compared to what it was when I was a boy. It was, you couldn't even move for how busy it was. Now so there's an adult shop, wow. How does that even exist now? Is that just sold VPNs now? Keir Starmer doesn't like you looking at it. Whoa, there's been an accident nearly. So it's actually surprisingly quiet considering that there's football on tonight and kick-off is in a relatively short period of time. There's a wee hole in the wall eatery there. Is that the Holy Fook, I think, perhaps? Now, up to the left, as I say, you've got the consumption room. And there's also, how can I put this? There's a Boss Pizza there. East End Kitchens. East End Kitchens. Da, 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 da. Sorry about that. There's a, I had to laugh at my chat. Don't laugh at it, mate. It's shite. But, aye, up to the left where you've got the consumption rooms. There's also frequented by a lot of ladies of the night, let's say. So if you're cutting to the Morrisons, it's not a good way to go. A lot of desperation and heartache and stuff like that up in that neck of the woods. And you've got these brand new flats that are built here, which are super expensive, or will be. 1 bedroom flat, rent will be about $850 a month at least. To buy it, I don't know, well over 100 grand. So that'll be your view at the windy. Right, let's run a wee bit. Hold on. It's So I'm very, very much looking forward to some time off my normal job so I can really focus on taking these further adventures. Glasgow City Centre on a Friday and Saturday night, it's great, we'll go to different places, but while I'm off, we'll go further. You can put in the comments where you would like me to go. There's Blackpool, Manchester, Liverpool, Dublin, Belfast, or just places in Scotland, of course. Maybe seating area there. And on the main channel, I've got some big plans for us. That's a beautiful sound. So now we're walking into the Calton, which we did a video recently in the Calton, just showing the lack of funding and poor healthcare in that area, the low life expectancy. And I would, you know, Billy Moore did a video there. I did a video there. Billy Moore did a video on Union Street. I did a video on Union Street. I was doing videos in Union Street way before him, and Calton way before him. But Billy gets like 10, no, more than 10, he gets like 100 times the views I get. But it's not just about that, it's about the reality of, the council and the funding that are putting 10 million quid into George Square to make it look pretty, some trees and bees. And they're putting 1.7 million into the Calton for the whole area, for the starving kids and so on. Are they going to watch that and think, it's kind of showing us up a wee bit, we need to improve it? Because your newspapers and your BBC and Sky News, they're not showing these kind of things. So it's up to people with their cameras on landscape mode to show what it's really like. And the good people, but they're struggling and suffering. Because you can't get doctor's appointments, you can't get the basics. Like shops that sell fruit and veg. If you like Chicago Town pizzas and Pringles, which I do, you're jamming, but if you're looking for apples and oranges and you're 5 a day you're supposed to get, then you're struggling, especially if you've got some kind of disability and you can't travel very far. All your local shops are just selling processed crap. You know, I quite like that. You kind of natural kind of wood effect. It's a wee bit rough looking now, but these are nice flats. And what they did here, I did a live stream here once and I managed to get one of the closest and use their electricity. I don't know if you remember that. But there, you look, the door was open by the way, it wasn't anything illegal or anything like that. But look at that, they've kept that part there. And I think that's beautiful. They managed to incorporate that into the horrific kind of new build stuff you've got here. And the tin cans, which are already looking crap, but they've combined it in. So that was a good decision. That used to be an old bank. Again, as I said in one of the previous videos, anywhere you get marble or granite at the bottom of the building, it signifies it used to be some kind of bank. Don't know if that's to stop people ram raiding it or what. It probably is, isn't it? Wee cluster of shops here. You've got your, it smells like a type of herb. Your local shops, your laundry, Bravo Pizza, which I think is shut now. Because there's one that I was in the Govan video I did, and he says that this one is now closed. You've got a little, the wee man's bar there, traditional pub. Ensuite supermarket trolleys, fantastic access to your amenities here. The Drover bar, you've got ales, wines, sports, pool and karaoke. Right, a wee bit of faster master here. So as I say, if you go straight on, you'll get to Parkhead. If you take a right, you'll get to the Calton and then Brigton. And if we swing a left, which we're going to do, That'll take you up to Duke Street. And we've already been in Duke Street and did a video in Duke Street. Sticking your arm at while cycling, that always, I know that's the proper code, but for me, oh, can I get in the back of your motor, mate? Right, so Duke Street up this way. Oh, there's the Celtic fans coming out the train station. They're going to do the walk to Celtic Park up here. Well, I'm walking on to oncoming fans here. Can I make these my thumbnail, guys? Please don't abuse me. I'm just a humble cameraman talking to yourself, listening to the Macarena on a Friday night, trying to create my dreams. But as I tread carefully, for I may be stepping on other people's dreams. So I can't remember if I've explained what's to the left of me before. And if you're new here, this is where the old abattoir used to be. You had the car market for used cars, second-hand cars. You want to buy your tyres and bits and pieces in here. Now it's just abandoned. They'll be building flats on that at some point. And up to the next bit where there is now flats was the old abattoir, where it was like the meat house, the slaughterhouse. Just up, I can't get the camera up high enough, out of metering. And as you used to walk by it, you could smell the smell of death. But nature's reclaimed it quickly. Well, I say quickly, it's been demolished for about, I don't know, about 30 years. But I mean, that mound, that was never there. This is the ground is that way. Oh look, there's brambles. I would need them next to a main road though. Too much pollution. They're not ready yet, they're still quite hard. They ones are alright, but again, they'll just be covered in diesel fumes. You can see all that, that's all brambles. Raspberries, whatever you want to call them. Right, so the abattoir there, and then I built these new build flats, which is fair enough for, you know. Ah, God, a fly just flew in my eye. Oh, what? Christ. Oh, great, that's brilliant, isn't it? Right, anyway, onwards. So look at the quality, look how crap this is, right? I don't like just talking negative, but look at the quality of this build. Look at that. It's so, that's kind of stuff you get when you take down the actual nice walls. That's the stuff that we put in the inside. But instead, this is it. And this is as good as it's going to get. Is it's going to get worse looking because it's all just powder. Everything's tin. And I'll show you something else as well, which has cost thousands. Thousands. So it's just like a combination between office blocks and a prison. Now, I stay in flats as well and stuff like that, right? But I'm just saying, for designing it and charging you your whole life savings of you and your partner and committing you to maybe 25 years or something like that, surely they can do a bit better. Surely they can do a bit better. Right, how do I get round here? Right. Cut through here. Ugh. So they planted big planters round here. And I'm trapped here, by the way, so if there's an incident, I am in trouble. But they planted big planters here with plants, and the idea was to fill these big, excuse me, these big metal tins with soil and put some nice plants and stuff in it. But for whatever reason, they miscalculated it, and the soil, when it get wet, expanded and buckled the planters, so they've had to dig up the pavement and start all again. And that used to be an old hospital, which has just been left to fall apart. Oh, somebody told me though that was going to be turned into flats, because I did a video about that and somebody says no, you're incorrect, it's no getting. That's what you want your flats to look like. You know, secure it, safety, you know, clean it up a bit, keep all the original features you can, and then turn into beautiful flats. But you can't even get in because this used to be all the planters. But they've wrecked it and having to dig it up. So the amount of money putting all the things in, cranes and whatever it was, and skips, and they've had to do it again. This has been going on for months and months. And all that money goes back into your bills, or funded by council, or whatever it would be. But look at Nicky, then you get your 5G towers up there. So a lot of work going on, right? But where's the inspiration here? Do you know what I mean? Where's the inspiration of this? Am I right, am I wrong? Am I being cynical? Am I expecting too much for, you know, we built the pyramids thousands of years ago to now we get this, just a kind of extraction of your energy. Anyway, my friends, on that high note, thank you so much for a wee walk on a Friday night. I'm off now, literally, and I'm off work, so I'm going to plan and get some amazing videos for you. Thank you so much for putting up with the kind of waffle and the uncertainty of what I'm doing, because I've finished my day job and I'm trying to just express and do stuff locally. But now we're forgetting about local. We're going total local, my friends. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good night, and I'll catch you tomorrow. All the very best.